Noyjeetut here after watching The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Thought I'd talk about that a little bit. Thoughts about it, how I felt. If my nether regions tingled in joy. Movie picked up about a year after where the other movie left. Katniss is having flashbacks of the one death she caused, which is really kind of lame since, you know, she's one of 24 competitors and she only killed one person. And the one she did kill was, you know, some kind of a little... I guess she killed two. But, I guess technically, or the dogs eat that last kid. The one she outright killed in defense of Rue was just an asshole. He didn't even have any lines. He's just a follower asshole. So yeah, she was having flashbacks about killing that asshole. They lived in a mansion now, but it's still like not taken care of. Probably, I think it was filmed in Georgia. You see a lot of those. You can see a lot of those old crop houses around there still standing, and they had just a whole block of those. She lives on the same street as what's that guy named Hemlock, where Woody Harrelson plays. The movie had a lot of PETA in it. A lot of PETA. Sometimes when you say that too fast, it sounds like you're like saying Peter in a Bostonian accent. PETA. What you doing, PETA? You wicked cool, PETA. 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 A lot of PETA. He's a good actor. He can handle it. It's pretty interesting. Him trying to get closer to Katniss to have a fake relationship with her so they can continue to fool the public. It has a lot of like similarities to Prince Charles and Princess Diane. So that whole love triangle intensified the whole time between Gale, PETA, and Katniss. Because you get the feeling that they had their actual first real kiss. So we got to see them like go on tour and give these bullshit speeches to the people that died in the Hunger Games and that they outlived. I don't know if the books went in specifics about it, but I wish they showed the one of the earlier districts, one of the higher number districts, the privileged districts that had the boy that Katniss killed. Because I don't know what she could have said at that speech. It'd been kind of awkward. And it'd be kind of traumatic for her because that was the day that Rue died. And the actual scene where she went to Rue's district and talked about what Rue meant to her was actually very touching, and it's almost tear-jerking, like in the very first of the film. It's amazing. I had this feeling going throughout that we wouldn't actually see the battle that they were preparing the whole film around. But we did. They definitely did. So I never read the book, so I didn't know what to expect. But I'm glad they put it in there. I was worried that we were just going to get the showmance and the touring and preparation and all the inside government stuff. But we actually got some actual fighting, which is always nice, since these movies are based around a whole plot that should be action-packed. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the first one. After this whole series is over, I'm thinking I'll read the books after I've seen it, because I think the books would be a marked improvement over what I've seen. And that's not a knock at the movies. I'm just saying I think there's a lot there that they can actually go into and dive into in the book form, where keeping this a PG-13 rating, they have to really dance around. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Definitely worth checking out if you've seen the first and like it. I think you'll love this compared to the first. Lots of action once they got to it, but a lot of plot involving the current government and the love triangle they're setting up in this whole series, which I think I've already had spoiled for me, but I find interesting nonetheless. You gotta say, Gale has like magnificent restraint during all these scenes, because here's the girl that's supposed to be his girl, kind of making out and marrying, and even PETA pulls out the trump card that she's pregnant to try to get sympathy so they won't do the All-Star 75th Hunger Games. But that's a no-go. But yeah, you think that would get under his skin and it really pissed him off. But he's pretty resilient during it all. My MP3 player just jumped to the ground, trying to commit suicide. One thing at the movie theater that made me pissed off was I saw a poster for the next Hobbit movie, which is coming out soon. And it's coming out, I think, somewhere December teens. And the poster features freaking Legos, whatever, Orlando Bloom character. Not the Hobbit. Not fucking Bobo Baggins. Not Smaug. Not any of the dwarves they're trying to push into the forefront. No, it's fucking Orlando Bloom. And also, they got, she wasn't even in the other Hobbit movie, but Evelyn Lilly from Lost played Kate. She's also in the poster. I was like, oh my god. There is a sliminess to it. You know that Peter Jackson may have tried to veto this, but the network execs, or the producers and people that put money into it would say, push the love thing with Orlando Bloom and Evelyn Lilly. That's what people want to see. And it really sucks, because that's not what The Hobbit should be about. I don't know if that story all manufactured just for this movie. If it is, that's really sad. This may go down as kind of like the episode ones that Lucas made for poor Jackson. And I liked the first Hobbit movie. It had its problems, but it was okay. I liked it. A lot of people hated it. This could be really, really bad if it just is all about that stupid love story that no one cares about. Not only do I hate Legos, but I also hate Orlando Bloom as a person, if that makes any sense. I just don't like him at all. He seems like a tool. Orlando Bloom's a tool. But yeah, Hunger Games. What can I say that's already been said? Catching Fire is very good. Watch it while it's in theaters. I think it's a fun movie. It's done well. Yeah. She's almost like it's kind of like a form of what's that? Post-distress syndrome that soldiers have. That's what she has. And they kind of explore the whole thing of how these people are forever changed for being put into the Hunger Games, just affected from it. So yeah, I love that ending too. The ending really, really pumps you up for the third movie, and I can't wait for that. That looks fun, because it's going to surround a rescue mission involving Katniss trying to get PETA and maybe Joanna. I really couldn't feel her vibe for her. I think it was like she liked her sometimes and she didn't like her other times. So yeah, Joanna, played by the very capable Jenna Malone. I have trouble saying that because that was the fictional character from 30 Rock, but Jenna Malone is the girl that was from What's that movie where Susan Sarandon had cancer and Julia Roberts was the stepmom? It was called Stepmom. I remember her from that as a little girl, and they sang that song, there ain't no mountain high enough, keep me from you, ain't no mountain high. Yeah, that movie, I remember her from that. She was kind of a bratty redheaded girl, and then she was in Into the Wild. She played the guy's sister, and in this, she did kind of a little striptease in an elevator. And she's also a competitor, and she has an axe, and she hates President Snow. So she's a fun character. She's almost like breaking fourth wall with her realness, while everyone else is still playing it so safe. But yeah, hopefully they find her and PETA to a lesser extent, because Joanna could really replace PETA for all I care, because she has something to say, and she's saying it now. She's so fucking real. It's like Raphael in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons, when he'd look right at the screen and say, well, after all, it's just a cartoon anyway. Blow your fucking mind. So yeah. Also, we watched, Daniel had downloaded The Starving Games, which was a parody of the first Hunger Games. And it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was a low rent, one of those weird comedies like 9/13 movie that have been coming out. That whole not a franchise, not a Spider-Man movie, not a superhero movie. Yeah, whatever. That chick flick, I think there's one. It was like that, but it had a few good jokes, like with the mother. Instead of Katniss, her name is Cannot Miss, and Cannot Miss's mother is just pretty much a vegetable. It's just playing up how she really is in the Hunger Games. She's pretty useless, and looks like she's already distraught and out of it without anyone doing anything. She's really affected by her husband's death, so she's, pretty worthless to anyone living. So that was a funny joke, and also I like the stuff we're having sportscasters watch. And also at the beginning of Hunger Games, they had a bit where a girl went after the same backpack as Cannot Miss or Can't Miss, and she pretty much loses her legs and everything just fighting Can't Miss for that backpack. That was a funny joke. Everything else was pure garbage. It was juvenile and just awful. Oh, they also, instead of having Rue, they had Rudy, and Rudy slapped Can't Miss several times, which was very entertaining. It was one of those shots where they knew it looked really good, so they just kept on going back to it a dozen times, and it worked. It totally worked. Yeah. In that case. Some other cases they did the same thing, did not work. So yeah. But I found the whole thing very entertaining, even if it was pretty shitty. So I'd recommend you watch it. Had Drew Carey's Oswald playing President Snow Ball. So yeah. But otherwise, watch the real thing. Watch the series. It's good. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it's something that I look excited for in the winters to come. I guess they're almost done. I guess there's only one more book to do, which is kind of a bummer. Let's see if Katniss can take down the whole government. Or she's doomed to live in Obama's America. Hopefully not.